Hello everybody, this is Josh Placer from GameWisdom.com. In this Spotlight play, I'm taking a look at the game 80 Days. This is a mobile game that earned a lot of critical rewards and was recently ported to the PC and Steam, and I wanted to take a look at it. For those of you who haven't heard of it, this is probably the closest we've gotten to a visual novel meets one of those old choose-your-own-adventure style books from back in the day. I had a few of those too. I think I had like a few Goosebumps, and then there are a few others. I know there was this whole choose-your-own-adventure book series, and wow, I'm really dating myself again. So anyway, this game pretty much follows that type of scheme. You're going to be given complete carte blanche to do whatever you want within the confines of the game. The game is based off of the classic novel Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. The twist is that this takes place in a steampunk-esque version of that. And I've played a little bit of it on my own. I restarted it just so we can get everyone on the same page in this play. But obviously keep in mind this is going to be spoiler filled. And I like this game, but keep in mind one point before we get started. This is still very much a visual novel game, so there's going to be a lot of reading, a lot of going through dialogue, stuff like that. So if you're not a fan of the visual novel genre, this game is not going to change your mind. It's definitely a complete example of that. But with that said, this is probably one of the most robust examples I really have seen. I think it's really impressive, everything that they've done with this. Let's see. The only other visual novel game I really enjoyed, I think, was Her Story, but that was really a different type of storytelling game with more of a focus on the videos and some investigative work on the player's part. But that will be for another time. So let's get into this. As I said, this is obviously going to be a spoiler play. So for those of you who haven't read the book, basically it's about men who've bet to see who can get around the world in 80 days first. I think. I haven't read the book either, to be honest with you. So the game starts in good old London. We can zoom in, out, and I can make everyone really dizzy, like that. By the way, I was playing around with that before I even started this video. Alright, but let's get serious here. Every game begins the same way. You're going to be in London. We're going to click here, and it will take us to the city. Okay. We're basically the servant of Monsieur Phileas Fogg. Steam carriage, and your options are basically choosing what Passepartout will say and do in the world. So you're not actually playing as Phileas. Alright, we're going to go for Paris. Let's see. Oh, we are now dependable. Alright. There's our master right here. Gotta make sure we keep his health up. Oh, I didn't realize time is ticking down as we're talking. So here we're leaving on a Tuesday. Now if we zoom out, you can see all the areas on the globe. We obviously have to get out here. There's only one way, which is to Paris, but as we play, we're going to be finding a lot more. And just like with the choose-your-own-adventure genre or the book series, some plays you may get to the end, others you may end up in a various ways of failure. So the first thing you do is you have to pack. We have wool trousers and wool shirts already. So this is sort of like the idea of having items and stuff from the old books. Basically, you'll run into certain events that this will happen unless you bring a rope or something like that. So it gives you a small idea of what these things will do. So I could take a volume listing. Routes for ships in Europe will be visible, so we could take boats instead of by train. We got to finish the Englishman's wardrobe set, so we pack that. The set's been completed, so that means if we run into an event that requires the wardrobe, we'll be set. We could bring this clock, pocket altimeter. So there's apparently a second part of this. We got playing cards, a wax cylinder. So it says valuable in those 3 cities, so we could probably sell that for some more money. So we got some playing cards. Can I fit anything else in there? No. So you know what? I'm going to take that. As you play, you'll be able to buy more items and get more things to sort of help you out, but you are limited by how much money you have up there. So I think this will do. We'll pack this up. So you can see we got a bonus for the Englishman wardrobe. And because we took the shipping line, or the shipping information, we now have these additional paths open to us. So we could go up to Stockholm and take a boat to Helsinki or St. Petersburg, and we can do other things as well. But only if we keep those goods with us. Let's see. So here we are. Our only option is we are going to go on the train to Paris. Now you're probably wondering, this is water here, so how would a train cross the water? Well, it's apparently a submersible train. Remember, this is a steampunk world. So we got nothing else to do but embark. So you can see, depending upon what you choose, you may only be able to take certain amounts of suitcases worth of items, and then travel will determine the health. If his health hits 0, I assume he dies and it's game over. So here we go. That is a steampunk horse, I believe. Okay. Alright, so here's our first choice. Do I leap after him onto the train, or do I dash to the ticket booth? We're going to dash to the ticket booth and see what happens. I could be frustrated by a queue, or elbow some people. We're going to elbow these people. Get out of my way. Alright, we push the money. Stop the train. Okay. Oh, he didn't like that. Alright, here we go. Alright. Let's see. 91. Yeah, I gotta say that. I can't even imagine how long it took to write all the dialogue in the game. Let's do it. Alright, here we go. We're now underwater. I'll make the music a little louder just so we can hear it, hopefully. Let's see. I have a fear of bears. Let's see, what's fastest? Alright, so we have some more options open. And again, we are free to choose any one of these that we want. Go to Bombay. We go north. Again, there's just a lot of options available. Alright, we're almost there, and we're in Paris. Alright, so we could explore, we head to the bank, we could buy some stuff here. Oh, this is the gentleman's traveling set. We have the Englishman's wardrobe. I could buy another suitcase too. And we'll keep what we have for right now. Let's head to the bank. Yes. Let's see. Wow. Do I have to wait a week? And we'll just take 1,000. So while we're waiting, I wonder how we do like a long extended wait. Yep, more routes have opened up. So again, you can choose how he responds, which will affect subsequent conversations. So let's do this. Let's head towards the airship. £80. Which one should we look at? The Peruvian gyrocopter. That sounds interesting. Let's see. So again, this is very much a visual novel game, so this probably won't be the most high intense spotlight we have on the channel. But we're still in the early stages, so we'll see what happens as we get out of Paris. Istanbul. Ottoman soldiers. Alright. Well, we got a little better. Alright, more routes have opened up. gonna make a plan. Alright, so this arrives in 3 days. This arrives in 2. This leaves tomorrow. So again, we can choose however we want. Obviously, we can go back to London. We can go up north. Or go straight through Munich. Let's go straight through to Vienna, I suppose. Wait, what does that mean? Okay. Oh, I get it. We can leave early, but it's going to cost 250 if we leave. I'm not sure what this means. I guess this is a factoid from the person we spoke to. Alright, let's see. What's down here? I don't know what this means. No charge in 2 days, or we leave tomorrow, but then the ticket requires more money? Alright, we'll do that. Go to sleep. Okay, so we can tap the clock. Okay, so that opens up at 10 a.m. And now we must be on our way. Alright, so we go up to Amsterdam. What's going on? We can only take one suitcase, and it's gonna cost us 5 points of health. Or we take a train. Oh, I guess these are other players playing the game right now. Alright. Let's go. Taking the Orient Express. Let's see. Up in here's our 2 people. Let's see. Alright, we're in Munich. Get something to eat. we're almost to Vienna. Then I'm not sure where we're going to go from there. Okay. 4 days in on our 80-day journey. Okay, we found some more routes. Let's see. I could steal the flute, or I can take Pat's hand. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I'm now courageous. I'm not sure what that means. Let's see. We take a music box. The part of the engineer set. Part of the Dusty Road set. Again, the game throws a lot of things at you. It's kind of hard to know what they mean right now. I suppose after playing the game a few more times, you'll start to pick things up. So we can either choose to travel to Warsaw, or we can quickly take a private car and lose 9 points of health. And we got quite a long distance to go, don't we? Alright, let's take the car. Wait, it has room for 2. I'm not sure where. It would be nice to get like a pop-up to let me know where these places are, because I am not good at all with geography. So telling me the names is not helping. Where is it? I guess these are, again, clues about what to do, or hints. Oh. Let's buy... We have the engineer. Okay, so it's only a 2 set. So we have that set completed. So that will help us if we just run into any situations that require mechanical stuff. Alright, so let's head to Budapest. Saber rattling? Okay. Oh, so we didn't lose health? I guess it was a risk? Oh, no. Did take a hit. Alright. Go to the hotel. Okay, that recovered some health, I suppose. Blew up the soup. Well, let's stay for the main course. Alright, where are we going? Go to Belgrade. Let's see what the market has. Oh, we can buy a vodka. Of interest to soldiers. We're not going up to Moscow. Go buy a neck cushion. Alright. Where are we going? I guess we only have one option here. Okay, here's where we are. So I guess we're going to the I can't even pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. Okay, so it leaves tomorrow. Alright. So I guess we're gonna have to spend the night. Got some health. Can we leave now? Alright, let's go. Back on the Orient Express. Yeah, so as I said at the beginning, let me just skip through this. Alright, so as I said at the beginning, this is definitely a visual novel style game. If you're not a fan of these types of games, well, there isn't really going to be a lot here for you. But as you can see, there's definitely a lot of choices here. It is a little tricky, I guess, knowing what you're doing, which is part of the course for these types of games. You're pretty much going to spend your first few times trying to just figure out what you're doing. So you can see we got a lot of paths open. Let's see. Alright. And here we are. So as you can see, we can go up, but that's going to be very dangerous. Or we wait a day, and that's less dangerous, I suppose. If we go to Athens. Can we go to Athens? I guess not. Either go that way up to Istanbul, or go up to Bucharest. And everyone else is playing the game, so you can sort of see their own paths. But as you can see, there's a whole lot here. I mean, we have to get around the entire world, and we're not even halfway across Europe. Although I suppose we could go down to Africa as well. Doesn't look like there's anything in the South Pole. Yeah, definitely a lot here. As I said, this is not a genre that I'm particularly a fan of. I'm not really big on visual novels, but as you can see, there's just so much here for someone to really get into this game. I can see why it became so popular on the mobile devices. Let's but I think we may call it. Just because, again, this is a visual game, so anything that I'm showing here is practically spoils. And I think, spoilers, my mistake. And I think by now, if you're a fan of this type of genre, 80 Days is definitely a game for you to look at. If you're not a fan of this type of game, I'm afraid 80 Days is not going to change your mind in any way. But I think that's going to do it. Like I said, it's going to be a short one. Hope you enjoy this look, and maybe it will influence whether or not you'll pick it up or not. But yep, this was 80 Days. We got day 7 in. I mean, we could probably spend an hour or two going through this to get up to that 80 days, but again, we're just going to be showing off content that will be spoiling you. So I'm going to wrap things up for this quick play. Those of you watching this live record, thanks a lot for tuning in. And everybody, please check out game-wisdom.com for posts and podcasts relating to game design and the industry, as well as our ongoing Patreon campaign to secure some much-needed monthly funding. Any donations would be greatly appreciated, and you can find me under Game Wisdom or Josh Beiser. And as always, for the YouTube crowd, please check out the Twitch channel, that is GW Beiser, most nights at 10 Eastern, to watch these plays live. I don't know if I'm going to do more on 80 Days. Again, I hate to show a game like this where everything I'm displaying is pretty much a spoiler. But maybe I'll play this on my own. If anything really interesting happens, I'll make a quick video. So anyway, thanks for tuning in.